Hello and welcome. You're tuned into CNBC TV18 Prime. Let's get cracking on a brand new edition of The Big C. I'm Manisha Gupta with your daily dose of commodities, cryptos and currencies. Let us begin the show with a quick recap of the trade in the global front, where we did see stocks on the Wall Street end Thursday's trading session lower. The session saw a sell-off fueled by concerns about regional banks' loan practices. The Dow lost nearly 300 points, while the S&P 500 shed 42 points, and the Nasdaq was nearly 110 points lower at the close. Meanwhile, markets in Asia trade largely lower, tracking losses on the Wall Street. The Japanese Nikkei and the Hang Seng Composite trades with a loss of more than a percentage point. Back home, however, the market is in a very festive mode. The Nifty crossed nearly 25,700 mark for the first time since October 2024, while the Nifty Bank too hit its fresh new time high today. So it's clearly buzzing. It's the Maka Diwali when you look at the Indian markets there. Meanwhile, the crude oil prices are on track for a third consecutive week decline, the longest streak since the month of March, as investors focus on the supply outlook ahead of the US-Russia conversations. President Trump announced plans to meet Russian President Putin in the coming weeks to discuss a possible resolution to the war in the Ukraine, fueling speculation that the positive outcome could perhaps ease restrictions on Russia oil output, potentially adding the global surplus. Adding to the bearish pressure was, of course, the mixed signals on India's purchase of Russian crude. Indian refiners have said that they plan to scale back rather than halt imports as of now from Russia, pending guidance from New Delhi, of course. Following Trump's announcement that the country would stop purchases, this is a reaction that we saw coming from India. But the shining stars continue when it comes to gold and silver. Gold has rallied beyond $4,300 an ounce. Investors sought safety amid heightened economic uncertainties. The bullion repeatedly has been hitting newer highs all of this week, driven by renewed US and China trade tensions and concerns over the ongoing US government shutdown. Meanwhile, silver also is hovering around all-time highs above $54 an ounce, and this is being supported by tightened global supply and strong safe haven demand continuing in the markets. As promised, joining us now is Peter McGuire. He's CEO at Trading.com. Peter, hi, thank you so much for joining in. And have to talk about silver first, because that seems to be making more headlines. One, we are at $54 an ounce. I mean, it's getting time to get used to all of those numbers right now. But 54 is holding. How are you looking at these current levels, and what's your sense? Because most banks now believe that we are heading towards 65, 70 by the end of next year.
Well, yes, Manisha, and it's lovely to see you. And I'll tell you what, the momentum, what we've seen over the last couple of weeks has been astounding. We've spoken it together when we were in the 30s, then the 40s, and now the 54 handle. I think that 65's got to be the new number to look at to really get us some sort of an appreciation what we're looking at as far as build. We all understand the dynamics. We all understand the photovoltaic cells, the data centers, electric vehicles, you name it, across all of those different components. The momentum from retail is very strong. The situation with US government and, of course, the underinvestment is just, it's a perfect storm, Manisha.
Peter, what number would you put out now for the end of this year and the next as well? I mean, if you can look so far, that is.
I want to be 65 by Christmas. I think it's got the momentum, Manisha. I know that's a fairly stretched viewpoint, but is it stretched? Because that's the counter argument. I could be sitting here in 2 months' time and we're at $70, but I think 65's got to be a handle to look at, and I think the overall momentum leading into 26 is going to be electric. I don't know. I'm really, let's say 75 for next year. Let's say 80, but I think the overall strength of it won't surprise any investors, and I feel as though these are very unusual times.
Oh, yes, they are, Peter. There's not enough repeating that, really. How are you also looking at the gold prices now, and what's your sense onto this one? Because we've done 43, and every morning when you wake up, you see $30, $40, $50 of a jump up come in there. Where do you see such a strong buying coming in from? Various reports suggest that perhaps China seems to be buying a lot.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, their appetite hasn't waned, and the retail sector is just incredible. You've got retail buyers all across the world flocking to exchanges to buy physical gold. You understand where it is as the paper market. On Sunday, It was I remember the number distinctly. It was $4,000.40. That was December futures. We're nearly up $400 since then. I think it's about 43.80 or so. I just had a look at the screen. That's for December futures, and the ballistic movement is just so intense that you've got to be looking at probably 5 to 5,500 as a new handle. I didn't think I'd be saying that at this point of time, but the overall parabolic state of the market is nothing like I've ever seen. And I've been watching these markets for many decades, Manisha, and this is wild.
Peter, do you see 2025, even 2026 for that matter, as an aberration, or do you think this is the new form, the new rule? Since COVID 2020, it really has been a different chart, a different dynamic world. Perhaps can't go back to looking at charts that as back as 2010 or 1980 for that matter, because the world seems to be moving very different and very fast.
Yeah, exactly. We've been talking together for probably close to 20 years. And I tell you what, when I put my mind back to 80 and what it was then, and we all understood the dynamics at play with inflation and so on, this is unheralded. And I feel as though that these sweet spots, as far as the trading dynamic, people, and I don't have to convince you at all and your viewers, because gold is such a big part of Asia and India, and the whole world is engaging in this. This isn't hype. I'm not talking about, with an enthusiastic tongue. I'm talking matter of fact. And the overall momentum, I don't think, is going to wane leading into 26. So I listen to Scott Bessant. I understand what's going on as far as, to some extent, the US government viewpoints. And I feel as though that 26 is going to be a very dynamic year for the precious metal market.
We will reach out for that. Peter, as always, thank you so much for joining in and making sense of what really is happening in that space, and of course giving your sense on where the prices could be headed by the time it's 2026 end as well. Of course, we'll watch out for that. But with that, we'll slip into a short break. Don't go anywhere, because on the other hand, on the side of this, we will get you excerpts from our conversations with various vendors, industry participants at Zaveri Bazaar in Mumbai. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're tuned into the Big C on CNBC-TV18 Prime. The prices of gold and silver saw positive momentum spurred by both consumer as well as industrial demand. On that note, I attended the Zaveri Bazaar festival in Mumbai, where the festive mood has been kicked in full swing ahead of Diwali. I spoke to several vendors at the bazaar, including Saurabh Gadgil, who's managing director at P.N. Gadgil Jewellers, and asked him about the sudden surge in demand for silver in India right now. Let's listen in.
Thank you, Manisha. Wishing you a very happy Diwali. I think silver, like you said, is a unique problem right now. There is too much demand and very little supply in the market. I think everyone is right now almost stock out. What we have, silver, is what they're booking, which we're already taken. So there is very little silver which is available for sale right now. Same is the case with silver articles. The karigars don't have silver to make articles now. So the situation is like whatever is there in the store is what you can sell. And the demand just doesn't seem to end. Okay. Every day the prices are going up. The premiums are going up in the market, but the demand is still going further up. So I think it's a unique situation where prices go up, demand should come down, but your prices go up and demand goes up further. And next day wake up, prices go up further, demand further goes up. Oh, wow. So that is where...
So tell us, when you, I understand customers are buying silver from you. Are these the same old customers, or do you see a new category of buyers now coming in when it comes to silver?
So silver uniquely has an array of customers. You'll find a common man coming and buying a 10-gram silver coin because he feels it's auspicious and he wants to invest. Two, you'll find fund houses, corporates who'll buy silver in, say, 100 kilos as a part of the family office, as a part of the investment strategy. So the gamut is huge. These are all investors who are retail. They're not B2B. They're all B2C. It's either for consumption, or just for investment purpose. But there's demand across all categories. You are seeing well-informed family houses which are managed professionally, looking at silver as an option to diversify their portfolio. You're finding investors who had, young investors who want to be a part of this rally. Okay. You'll find, people who have got call from the parents saying that, you're living in the city, go to a jeweler and buy coin. All right. So you're finding all sorts of people. Buyers. But the common line here is that we feel the silver rally has just started. It's a long way ahead, and we want to be a part of the rally.
Tell me the problem that you as an industry are facing right now, because people are buying, yes, and then you say there is a concern about getting stocked out. So whatever is in your stores, if that gets sold, are you able to replace it? Because that is another thing that I'm hearing, that people are selling but not able to replace it.
See, silver is a problem right now that you are not able to replace, and you are not able to work with a supplier, with a bank, because they're not sure on what pricing will it happen when they get actual delivery. So right now in situation, we are just stopped taking orders. We are taking people on waiting list, and as and when we get supply commitments, we will take those orders. So this is what we are following right now as a policy. I think it's very risky for the trade to just take bookings one side without covering the other side of it. So right now what the policy is doing is, until we get a commitment on supply, we are not committing further deliveries. But it's a situation which we hope should ease soon.
Yeah, because this is your time, right?
The premium should go down, because right now the premium in the market is more than 10%. I think you're talking about 20,000 rupees premium on silver, which was never heard of. Right. I mean, last year silver was at half the price. So I think they are insane times, and it's become like, I was joking somebody, it's become like the end of the world. It's like almost like, if I don't buy silver, the world will end. This is the thing right now people are experiencing. It's a complete mojo, and everyone wants to be having and owning silver.
All right. Well, that's about silver. And yes, there are a lot of concerns there. So while silver has doubled in last 1 year, gold has doubled in last 2 years as well. There was an expectation that we might perhaps look at a decline this time around in sense of sales. Are you seeing that at all? Or with the kind of trends we're looking at right now, you think we will be as good as last year?
See, volume-wise, ATV-wise, we'll see a decline because people's budgets are under constraint. But a lot of people are being added to the ecosystem. Right. So volume-wise, I think we should not see a dip. Value-wise, there'll be a huge growth, because the rates have gone up. Even when compared, Navratri right now with Diwali, you've seen an upward of 10-15% rise. So this will showcase. I think the sentiments are very, very positive, very, very bullish. So what the fear was, what if the sentiments slightly become weaker, then people may hold back. Right now, it's like, if I don't buy it right now, I'll miss the bus, and my wedding shopping may be double the price that will happen. So there's a lot of euphoria, and there's physical buying happening across all categories. So right from silver, necklaces, antique, bangles, everything is selling. So I don't see a slowdown right now. And I think the GST impact also has had a positive impact on the gem and jewelry industry. So the fear which we're living was, with these prices kind of be a sober Diwali, I think it's going to be a blockbuster Diwali.
All right. And then on top of it all, it's a FOMO that is playing out, that prices can go higher from here. So buy it right now is what we really seem to be looking at. Saurabh, as always, thank you so much for joining, and I'm wishing you a very, very happy Diwali. As you said, the Dhamakedar Diwali already, and a blockbuster one.
Thank you. I'm wishing all your viewers a very, very happy Diwali, and stay invested, stay positive.
Thank you.
All right, stay invested, stay positive, and keep buying gold and silver is the view coming in from many of those. But staying with the yellow metal, I also caught up with Anil Jain of R. Pukhraj Jewellers and Kamlesh Jain of SK Jewellers at the Zaveri Bazaar, and asked them what was there or whether they were seeing any dent in gold purchases at these all-time high prices.
People have got now more frenzy, and it's like catching up. They all want to cash in on the daily basis rise and make quick money. The investment buying is like exorbitant, but the emotional buying is a little down. But the investment buying frenzy is like heightened and enormous.
Mr. Jain, what is your sense? All this buying that is coming in, is it more investment? Is it more institutional based, or do you think it is still retail buying their jewelry?
See, according to this festival, people are coming, seeing they are buying gold, and I think so this is the highest gold sale ever I have seen in my career from last 32 years. People are buying because this is the safest metal. All women want gold. Everyone is investing, buying, they are using in daily use. So people are coming from pan-India to see. International buyers have come this year to see the festival, 7.5 kilometers lighting. This is the Asia's biggest festival, we can say. So many people are attracted with red cards, golf cars. So people are coming, they are buying, they are too into. Even if rates are more high, then also people will start buying. They won't stop because gold is that a commodity. India love golds. All Indian will buy gold at whatever price it may be. It is the safest investment and the best investment.
As compared to last year, Mr. Jain, what is your anticipation? Are we looking at a bit of a decline in volumes? And if yes, then how much?
I think so. From last year, my business has grown approx 50% more.
So there's no decline for you?
No, it's not decline.
But are people buying 22 carats, 18 carats? What is it that people are investing in?
People are more buying 22 carats and the investors are buying 24 carats. But major people are buying jewellery. Less investment people are also there, but 22 carat is the most running jewellery. Now, if gold high prices go more high, people are demanding of 18, 14 carat. So I maybe next year 14 carat and 18 carat might be running soon.
Anil, is it about lightweight jewellery or is it still bridals that's working for you?
The more the prices, the quantum will go down. So lightweight and light caratage also will come in the near future. It will be a new norm now. The 22 carat will wane off and 18 will be then setting in, maybe 9, maybe 12. Anything 12 carat also might catch up. As the prices are going high, the budget are shrinking. So we'll have to think about the quantum and cater to the customers like that.
All right, that's all about gold, which seems to be really getting bought into. But I also spoke to Ritesh Doshi of Royal 925 and Sumit Katari of Vinayak Exports and asked them about the demand for silver. Listen to what they had to say.
Yeah, see, definitely there's going to be gain in the silver prices and there's going to be a good gain in the silver prices. But what is happening currently in the recent 15-20 days is there are huge premiums that are being charged for the delivery of physical silver, which I think will have a major correction in it because as such there is no need to pay such a high premium for the physical silver. But silver again is a very good investment. You should definitely invest silver, but make sure that you get it at the right price. When your MCX and silver prices match, definitely get it at that price because in the long term, silver is a very good investment.
Sunil, what would you say? Buying silver right now is a great idea or should wait for a correction and wait for the premiums at least to go away?
As my friend said, Ritesh has likely said it properly. So during the last time, what you see in 1980 or maybe 2011, silver prices went up to $50 and went back down to $30, $20 as well. But now I personally don't feel it squeezing that hard. You might see a drop coming because profit booking everywhere is there. In the past 3 months, I think silver grows by 40%, and that's a big number, right? So I think it might fall down to 10%, but if you see overall picture, somewhere $75 silver costs. Electronic market, EV, solar, central banks buying, really tells that silver now is going to go to a very big move ahead. So,
are you putting your neck out and telling us on where you expect the silver prices could go by the next year end?
yeah, definitely not at this point. Even earlier, like a year back, I told a lot of my friends, invest in silver. Silver is going to be the next gold for the future in the terms of pricing. So definitely, and this festival, and if I see youngsters, they're definitely going to wear more of the silver jewelry because it's pocket friendly. And today in silver, there's a lot of demand coming. It's only because the gold prices has been speculated so high. So for any person, silver is a very good bet for jewelry. Industrial demand going up crazily. Government's buying it, which says everything about the cycle. The whole cycle says it's progressing towards a good level.
So would you say 60 or a 70 is a probability?
I see 75 in 2 to 3 years, but we never know. Tomorrow also it could go up by 5% and by this month, the year end, it could go back to 60. So we are really bullish on silver. If anyone is asking me if there's a drop coming, I would say you focus on the future. Don't focus on the small gap. Focus on the bigger gap. Focus there. So definitely.
Ritesh, what is your sense on where the silver prices could be by the end of next year?
Silver price, I'm predicting anywhere between $65 to $80. $65 in a very short term and $80 in the long term. Because as Sumit said, we have to look at the other industries also with the silver, which is EV batteries, solar panels. So we don't see the demand going down there anytime soon. Even jewelry is a very big market now as gold prices are going up world over. especially the jewelry consumption markets, which are big in China, India. So it's going to go out of budget for the middle class. So silver jewelry is going to be the next big thing in these markets, in these emerging markets. So I don't see silver prices even having a correction. Forget about going down, but a small correction will come, but that also won't stay for more than a day.
So a lot of people are buying silver, and there have been a lot of reports that perhaps silver is in shortage in India. Are you facing that as an industry?
See, actually, this is a very short-term shortage that is there, and this is created mostly because of Dhanteras. Dhanteras is a very big festival for buying silver coins and silver vessels. So to meet that coin and vessel demand, there was a huge demand from the coin and vessel manufacturing industry, which bought the silver. And apart from that, there are, of course, like we call in Zaveri Bazaar, locker buyers, which buy silver and keep it in the locker for 5-7 years. So because of that, there was a huge premium in the market. There was a shortage, definitely there was a shortage. That's why the premium was charged. But the shortage doesn't seem that it's going to be a long-term shortage. So the premiums will just wipe off after the Dhanteras period is over. So you should definitely take advice from someone before buying silver. If you're buying physical silver, I'll tell you what, even if you're buying at a premium, any price is a good price to buy silver if you look at it long term. But then again, if you buy it at a premium, it's a loss in your profit. So you have to look at that also and then decide your buy.
So we understand one thing, that the jewelers prepare themselves for festivals way in advance. So you would have all of that silver, but the replacement is a problem.
Exactly.
Is that what you're facing right now?
100%. So I have a factory. I have 150 artisans who work with me in my factory. So I need to send metal every day. So to buy at premium is actually gonna add to my cost. And if the premium goes down, so I pay a cost and then it goes down, so it's double loss for me. So right now, since past 6 days, I'm trying to send metal, but my heart is like, do I really have to send it? Because what if you occur a loss? So the whole industry, the whole industrial dynamics goes for a toss here. Retailers or investors, they wouldn't fall this because they are going crazy. They are ready to pay anything for that. But for the industry, it's a big loss. To buy something at a premium, a smart man would never pay premium. They would not pay.
So just to get a sense from both of you now, as compared to last year, do you think you're selling more silver this year?
100%, yeah.
And at these levels and at these premiums?
Still, because the industry is rising.
And is there a percentage you want to put? How much percentage higher are you selling silver as compared to last year in sense of volumes?
I would not say for myself. I could say on the industrial dynamics, I think everyone would be going at least more than 50% for their sales.
So there are
50% more silver selling this Dhanteras than come last year?
There are two factors in this, actually. One is the physical silver that is sold in metal form, which is called bullion. Bullion is definitely growing. That's why the premiums are being charged. That is because of the sudden squeeze that we are seeing in the silver prices. So that is one sector. The other sector is the jewelry and the vessels that are there and the articles. So you look at the jewelry sector has had almost, I would say, more than 50%. So Sumit said 50, but I would say more than 50% growth. This again is because of other factors.
This is in value or volume?
In volume. In volume. More than 50% in volume. This is because of the other factors. One being gold prices going out of budget of the middle class, and traditionally India being a huge jewelry consuming market. Everybody from childhood is taught to buy silver in some form, jewelry in some form, maybe gold, silver, bullion, whatever. So now, since gold has become out of budget, people are moving towards silver jewelry. One more thing is there's a lot of innovation in silver jewelry that has come up. So people are seeing new fancier designs. They're seeing silver jewelry has kept up with the latest trends. So the new designs are attracting more customers. So that's why there's a sudden boom. And this again is only the start for the silver jewelry industry.
Okay.
The next 10 years are now silver.
All right. So, well, that's a view coming in from Zaveri Bazaar that next 10 years perhaps belong to silver. That's exactly what I picked up when I went to Zaveri Bazaar. The fact being that even as gold and silver prices are at record highs, there's not so much of a decline in volume that the markets are anticipating. Most of the vendors, jewelers, industry believes that what we did last year is exactly what we perhaps could be looking at in this year as well. So strong demand expectations is what we're looking at. This is what I want to leave our viewers with. This is the expectation on what the gold prices could be doing going forward from here. Well, remember, we are trading at around $4,300 an ounce right now, which is an all-time high, a 64% of gain from previous year. But all banks, including Standard Chartered, ANZ,
couple of them believe that $4,500 to $4,600 an ounce is what we could be looking at in 2026. Now, that picture tells you on an all-time high in sense of $5,000 an ounce of an expectation. So whether it is about Society General, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs believe that $5,000 an ounce is where we could be closing by the end. It's 2026. JP Morgan, of course, has thrown a number out saying 5,000, 10,000, take your pick. So it really is bullish going forward in sense of gold from here on as well. So while gold prices doubled in 2 years, silver has doubled in 1 year. And from these current levels of 54 as well, the expectation should come in on your screen, which says that the silver prices have much higher to go from here. The next 5 to 10 years perhaps belongs to silver because there is deficit. Industrial demand is very, very strong, and the investment demand continues to be very strong as well. So Bank of America and Motilal Oswal to begin with are expecting anywhere between $55 to $65 an ounce in case of silver. And there you have SD Bullion talking about 75 as a possibility as well. Well, remember, when we started this year, all the targets that were put out for this year were done in the first half of this year itself. So what we are looking at in second half has been huge euphoria, and the markets do believe that this perhaps could continue going forward in the next year as well. So good going when it comes to gold and silver. Well, with that, that's all the time that we have on this show. It's a wrap on this episode of Big C. Thank you for watching.